First question here, page 44. It says they all intersect at point C. Find the value of x. So how are we going to get the value of x there? Jonas?
I took 148 subtracted from 180.
Okay. And what'd you get?
32.
So that means x is 32?
No, then you have to divide it by 2.
Yeah, you have 2 of them. So you have to divide it by 2, so x is going to be 16 degrees. Okay, if you wanted the equation, it would look like 148 plus 2x equals 180. Subtract 148 and divide by 2. Question 2. Jared, you know number 2?
I was going to ask a question on number 1.
Okay.
So how come whenever I try to split x because there's 2 of them, I never get it right, but this time I didn't split x and I got it wrong?
I don't know the answer to that.
Wait,
What do you mean by splitting x?
Like there's 2 different x's.
Yes.
And I do everything. I add every angle except x and subtract it from 360. And I take that number, divide by 2 because there's 2 x's, and I always get it wrong.
All right, so if you're going to figure out 360, are you doing 180 on this side?
No.
Because that's a straight line.
Yeah, I do 180.
Okay, so 180 plus 148 would be 328.
Yeah.
360 minus 328 should be 32, and then you divide by 2. Should be the same thing.
Huh.
All right, question 2. Josh.
For x, I got 29. W, I got 42.
All right, can I ask you how you got any of those?
I don't know, but I think I got them.
I don't know, but I think I got them.
I got x for 31
You got x being 31.
and w being 40.
Okay. Couple things here. So we do have some different answers. Tells it's perpendicular, so we know that's 90, so these are going to have to add up to 90. These two added together, looks like it forms a straight angle, straight line, so these two added should get 180. That's where I would probably start. So it's 42 plus 138, 180? Okay, so that's right then, 42. And is 42, 19, and 29? 90. Complementary. Yeah, so then both of those should be fine. Question 3. Question 3. Brody, would you read it, please?
If you knew that 2 angles were complementary and were given the measure of one of those angles, would you be able to find the measure of the other angle? Explain your reasoning.
What do you think on that one, Brody? You got an answer?
You would be able to,
What?
because you'd be able to subtract the angle you were given from 90 and get the correct angle.
That's exactly right. Because you, I guess, just would have to subtract from 90. Make sure you explain there. Kellen, so if I said the angle is 1 degree,
1 degree, that would be, then the other one would be 89.
the other one would be 89.
I'm so smart.
Question 4.
Good job, Sean.
Now again, for this one, I said you had to be careful. Okay, you can't just simply look at the symbol and say, well, it's got to be this one, because of the negatives going on there. Okay, so we'll do a couple here together. And then I'll probably just give you the third one since they're all pretty much the same. B is probably the easiest. No parentheses there. So I would have to do the opposite of the minus 6. That'd be the opposite of adding 6 would be subtracting 6. What is negative 30 minus 6?
Negative 38. Wait, what?
Negative 36. Negative 30 minus 6 is a negative 36. Last step. Divide by what's in front of the x. I'm going to divide by negative 8. So remember, that's going to switch my sign here. And what's 36 divided by 8, do you think? Since all my answers got to be up here. We don't actually have to divide it. Okay, so there's the first one. Second one we're going to do is A. And just for personal preference, I like putting the X on the left side. Since all my answers are usually X on the left side. So just personal preference there. Wouldn't have to. First step I'm going to do, you have two options. You can either distribute the -6 or you can just divide by it since it's in front of the parenthesis. So let's divide by it. I think that's the easiest. What's dividing by a negative do to this? Flips it. -24 divided by -6, 4. Add 0.5. Okay, and the last one, again, I guess we could do it quick. We're going to divide by -2. That switches the sign because it's a negative. What's half of 15.4? 7.7? Subtract 3.2. Get greater than. Question number 5. Kellen.
A runner ran 2/3 of a 5-kilometer race in 21 minutes. They ran the entire race at a constant speed. How long did it take to run the entire race? You want me to answer that?
Sure.
I got 31.5 minutes.
How'd you get that?
Math. Yeah, I think I took 63 for some reason. I don't even know.
I think you did 21 over 1 times 3.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, that's what I got. too.
That's what I did. There we go.
All right, so it's 21 minutes. That's 2/3 of the race. Okay. So that's only 2/3 of the required time. Dividing by fractions means you multiply by the reciprocal. Here's where you got your 63 divided by 2, which is 31.5. Hopefully, you knew that your answer needed to be more than 21 minutes because you didn't do the whole race. Josh, turn around. Okay. B. Corbin, would you read that one, please?
How many minutes did it take to run 1 kilometer?
How many minutes did it take to run 1 kilometer? Well, we just figured out that the 5-kilometer race took us 31.5 minutes. So that means 1 kilometer would take us, how do I get from 5 to 1? Divide by 5, so 31.5 divided by 5. Sophia.
6.3
Wable? Minutes. 6.3 minutes. And again, if you had A wrong, then you'd probably have trouble with B. But since we have A correct, it's just dividing by 5. Again, you can make a table. I like the visual, not required. Question 6. Evan, would you read that one, please?
Jada, Elena, and Lynn walked a total of 37 miles last week. Jada walked 4 more miles than Elena, and Lynn walked 2 more miles than Jada. The diagram represents this situation.
All right, so again, anytime you see a problem like this, you can draw a visual. That's all this is. Okay, find the number of miles they each walked and explain. So how many M's do I have? 3 M. And how about 4, 4, and 2? That's 10. They walk a total of 37. So there would be my equation from that information. To solve that, Georgia, what's my first step?
27 divided by 3.
Yeah, that's how you solve, but we're not there yet. First step would be subtract 10, and then divide by 3. So go ahead, 27 divided by 3. 9. So I'm plugging 9 back in for M. That means Elena walked 9 miles. Jada went 4 further.
12.
13.
That one.
And Lynn walked 2 further than that.
15.
Okay, explain or show, we did that. I'm just plugging it back in again. All those answers should add up to 37. Final question. Select all. So again, you can try each one here. What's negative 9 times 4x? Negative 36x, that'd be fine. What's negative 9 times negative 6y? Positive 54y, that's fine. What's negative 9 times negative 10? Says negative 90. Is that right? Negative 9 times negative 10 would be positive 90, so A doesn't work. You have to watch the signs. Yeah, you have to watch the signs. That's where they're trying to get you here. Out of curiosity, anybody think they have them? Georgia, what do you got?
B, D, E, F.
Georgia, what's 2 times negative 90? Is it negative 90?
Oh. Yeah, F is good.
F doesn't work. Everything works, but that last number there, 2 times negative 90 is not negative 90. B, D, and E are the 3.